Okay, so we are at Washington School District offices. Who else is inside?
I gotta change the title, guys. Hold on. So we're out here at the Washougal School District. I'm gonna put up just something temporarily so we can get in there.
I mean, they were standing right there.
And the same opportunities available. It's not signing up.
Well, no, I'll be here tomorrow, for sure.
So I'd like,
Mary, you would like to, you know, I've called her and have not received a return phone call. I called the day after I read that article. I could not believe it.
yeah, so
And she said right in the video, when my daughter says, well, I had my mask on, and she said, yes, you did. So it's like, well, what in the heck happened then? Why wouldn't they be let back into that second adjourned meeting when they showed up and knocked on the door?
So if,
What's up?
can you guys do me a favor and can you back out?
Well, that's why I was asking you
Yeah,
to come out
okay.
here.
Can you guys please back out? Thank you.
I just need to drop some.
Yeah, thank you. That's, I know I'm trying to clear the way.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
So, yeah. Because we are open and we do have people
No, that's
coming
why
in.
I'm here.
I know.
Because
So,
the last
and
time
she-
someone tried to lock the doors on us.
So she's willing to meet with you, but she's not going to be meeting with you and outside and being recorded.
Well, I want a public apology, and that's going to be public. I mean, that is part of this process. If you want to make things better, you singled out two single mothers in the school district that showed up for the first board meeting of their life at my encouragement, because I'd worked with you guys in the past and I didn't see any reason why they wouldn't come down
Can we
here
at
and be
least-
well
I want
received.
to shut these doors. I'll step out and we can continue the conversation.
You know, I feel responsible for Melissa being in the middle of this because I encouraged her to be part of the civil process. Can you imagine my shock when she came home with a restraining order?
So,
And she can't go to kindergarten graduation, she can't go to Mare's 5th grade graduation. And then if, in fact, she did, she would be arrested and a burglary charge was going to be assessed on top of that. And I don't know who gave them the information, the police the information, and I think the police went off bogus information. But whoever gave, you know,
yeah.
gave that to the police, that witnessed, which I would assume somebody must have said they witnessed vandalism by my daughter and Patty, which they did not, then they lied to the police. That's a problem.
So at this point,
Yes.
we're talking about her. She has a voice. And so, again, if you want to meet with Mary, she'll meet with you. Okay, but it's not going to be like this where you're outside.
That's okay.
So, again, I'd be willing to meet with you. It's just this is, unfortunately, the way you're going
Well,
about
but
this.
you know what? The trust is gone. So
Okay, well,
this is only
that's-
for my protection.
you
so
have a
that
little empathy
nobody
for her.
can say
What's that?
anything
I have
that.
a little empathy for her.
No, I
and what
do.
I was
happened.
afraid to get
I
a trespass
do.
order
I-
myself. Just coming down here to talk to you, I was afraid that you would trespass me too. And then
When
my
false
grandkids would
allegations
be
have
in
been
deep
made,
trouble.
this is for protection for everybody. yours
Yeah,
and
that's
ours.
all. That's if not for the video at that meeting, my daughter would be in deep trouble.
Yeah.
So you can't expect anything else from me.
I can't. Yes, I can't.
So really,
Yeah, I think.
based
that-
on
yeah.
what?
again, your commitment to this district,
Yes.
your commitment to this community.
Yep.
And again, see, I'll meet with you. This is so unfortunate the way this is happening.
But do you realize that you've already defamed us in the newspaper? Did you read that article?
I did read that.
What did you think of that? What was your personal, honest opinion
I
about
was
that?
here. I was a witness to what happened.
Oh, so you saw people arrested. You saw them put in the back of a police car and like hauled off and they had to have bail. They
No, I
were
didn't
not
see that.
arrested.
I didn't-
The headline says chaos at border district ends in arrest.
So I'm gonna step back in, and I understand that you guys are gonna be here. At some point, I would like to have a conversation with you.
Sure, you can call me anytime.
Okay.
Well, and I have
I
called,
just
but
want the
nobody
truth.
returned my phone call.
I just want the truth.
So
to
I
come
did
out
try to do
so
this
you can
over the
make it.
phone.
That's all I care about. No political agenda. It's just
Aaron,
I
is
saw
it-
the video. I know that there was lies and
And I just have one quick question. When you guys decided to do, with the company that you chose to do business with for this equity thing, do you realize it's a white company run by white people, teaching white people that they're bad? It's kind of hypocritical. I don't know if you looked into it.
So good to
Is-
see you.
Is there a way that Pam can meet with the superintendent, with somebody with her to witness it?
Yeah.
Pam,
Should be up for that.
you, she said that Aaron said that you can meet with the superintendent with somebody in there to be with you in there.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't trust anybody at this point.
I just don't understand why everyone has anything to hide. Why-
If there's nothing to hide, there shouldn't be a problem with the camera.
This is all public. I mean, it needs to be public. And she went public. You guys went public with the newspaper.
If it makes you feel any better, I have an actual official press badge with an official company. So,
But do you understand how you guys go public? Did you guys give them a chance? I mean, you guys went public and you made statements that were completely false. And so, why does she feel the need to meet in private? Why can't she just tell the truth? Just speak to Mel's mom on camera and just tell her what had happened. Just say why. Explain. They need to understand why. Why would you close down an entire meeting, right? Say the meeting's done, right? And then open it back up and not allow the two moms back in. That's completely illegal. That's against the law. That's breaking RCW.
Because two of the other
And so
people waiting got back in.
it's almost good that they did that because now there's more attention on that fact. For me, that's one of the most important things. The law was broken. That's a fact.
Yeah. But
And so that's the legal issue. And so that's something that she needs to explain why she didn't allow them back in.
he said
And why
that
she
you
lied.
two can go back there and talk to them.
It has to be on camera because it doesn't matter what she says.
Yeah, so if you want to schedule a meeting with the superintendent, we can schedule a meeting.
It's up to you. It's your choice.
Do you want to go in
We're
there with
here for
Joey
you.
and talk to her?
Yeah, I'm
God
not going
bless. Have a
alone.
nice
I'm
day.
not- I'm with you. I'm not going without it.
He said you can take whatever you want with you. So why don't you and him go in there?
Turn your phone on, turn your phone, and slip it in your pocket so at least the audio, you have the audio. You might not have any video, but you'll have audio.
But if Joey's with you, you got Joey's camera, go in there with Joey.
She won't do it with the camera.
No, they don't. They don't want to.
yeah, they know they won't talk on the
She's in
camera.
legal trouble.
Yeah.
She's in big trouble.
Don't let them know you're recording.
Lawyers
Sorry for my umbrella here.
Put it in your phone.
Very cheap little cameras that look like pens. Just kind of put a little piece of electrical tape on the very back where the light is.
Borrow
so
Jake's
it
on
gives
his-
you a little blue light.
Borrow
Yeah, you can take this thing if you want.
Pam, borrow
You can
Jake's.
take
He's
this
got
thing.
that.
Everybody
It's
knows what those
detachable.
look like.
Amazon. Pam, take that with you.
This
Put it
is
in your pocket.
detachable.
So is she coming
But the
down?
pen
or
is
she
great.
coming back?
Joey and her are
Actually,
Joey and
they're
Pam
pretty
can
good
go in there
quality,
and talk.
believe it or not.
And they
They're
actually
real
write
cheap.
too.
Yeah, they do.
Take Jake's thing.
Yeah, you can just put it in your pocket. It'll get the.
Well,
I mean, even
record
just
the
in your
whole
hand,
How do you get a
It'll
you can get the audio.
But do before he changes his mind. I got that one.
Oh, he doesn't.
So you're Mel's mom?
Yes.
And Pam also.
Nice to meet you. Great name.
Yeah, it is, huh?
It's too big for a truck.
So how is she doing?
Yeah, right.
Well, she's really upset, and That's why I had my right. In a million years, I didn't think something like this would happen. In our small little town, and I've done a lot of volunteering in the district with Louie, who's now a Marine, and you know, I know you're doing that 4 years in the boosters. I'm on a first name
She'll
basis
leave out the back door if you guys don't
and the
know
fact
now.
that
She
they
said
did
she'll
that
talk
to
to
my
you too.
daughter, like
So you can go in there with
they
her.
knew what they were getting themselves into.
Joey, explain why we're out here.
So this is Pam. This is Mel's mother. She's Mel and Patty are two moms that came to a school board meeting, their first school board meeting ever, and they got kicked out. Do you want to talk?
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
Well, take your audio thing with you so that you can get some audio.
Go in there. Put it in your pocket.
Yeah,
He said
here.
that you can bring
Seize
Joy
the-
Well,
with
I
you.
don't know that they're even going to let us in because I think that
He
she's
said that you
chicken.
could talk to
Yeah,
her.
he
He went
said
back there and
she'll-
asked her.
She'll talk to you. Bring Joey with you and just have that in your pocket.
Joey can put it in his pocket. It's not very noticeable.
Yeah.
No, it's really not. It's not too heavy or anything. You can just leave the lens covers on and
Takes the audio.
just put it on normal video. Yeah, it has 2.5 hours on it. So let's just run it now, just for.
So for those of you that don't know what's going on, there's links in
Let me see it one more time.
videos of what
Wanna
happened.
make sure.
This is the mother to one of the daughters
Yeah,
went off.
that's good.
So similarly trespassed.
I would kind of like maybe hold it out of your pocket a little bit, like if you can, because that'll get good audio.
Pocket thing, so he's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Aaron's not. Go.
Go do it. It isn't video.
It's not video.
Put your mask on.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's a backpack on.
I know the kid does have his mask on. Like, come on, man.
I tell you what, it's nice to have a sunroof in the bullhorn these days.
Right.
So do you want me to stay all night?
I don't think so. I mean,
Do you want to say what we have going on tomorrow?
oh yeah, tomorrow 5 p.m. guys. If you can come out here and support Mel and Patty, they're going to be just outside of the property line of our school district. They're going to have their voice heard, even though they're banned from being here, because they didn't do anything wrong. They just showed up to a school board meeting. So I'm excited to come out here and support them tomorrow. You guys should show up also. And this is happening all over the country. This is
Can you give me a
something
quick
that's
rundown
not,
of what happened?
isolated here in my
I know you're probably the closest to the action.
Well, yeah, so Melissa had wanted to come down to the board meeting to talk about the critical race theory and the mask mandates for kids. And so she showed up to the board meeting, and there was a gal sitting in the back room, and she didn't have a mask on, but Melissa had a mask on, and Patty had a mask on. And they signed in, did the contact tracing, got their temperature taken, and sat and waited for the board meeting to start. And then they came up and told the unmasked gal to put a mask on, and kind of started a back and forth. And all Patty and Melissa said were, "We're fine if she doesn't wear her mask," because they had theirs on. And that's what this is all about, because they just simply stood up for her. Then all of a sudden, they were guilty of intimidation, trespass, and then if they come back on the property, they are subject to burglary charges and a year in jail. And
Wow.
intimidation too. They said they were
So
intimidated.
I seen a video where they were kind of laughing on the other side of the door.
Yeah,
Was that right
Angela
here?
Angela Hitchcock or Hancock. She's kind of a Hitchcocky character, but Angela Hancock, she was laughing at my daughter, and my daughter was like, "You think this is funny?" And she's like, "No, I just think it's funny that you're citing the law or whatever to
It was here though.
yeah."
That's
Yeah, so there was
incredible.
literally, that was it. So then my daughter was standing there like confused, and she's like, "Well, what does this mean?" Because they came out and adjourned the meeting, and they left. They all acted like they were leaving, getting in cars. Well, my daughter had a prepared speech anyway. So when her friends who were watching on Zoom at home were like, "Are you going to speak?" And she's like, "No, they canceled the meeting." They're like, "No, it's still on." So they turned around, got back in the car, came back, walked up to the window, it was shut in their face, the door was locked, they couldn't get in. So they were shut out of the meeting. So they stood there for like about a half an hour processing it. Another dad had come down, and they were talking with him, and then then there was another community member, the unmasked member, who did write in erasable chalk on windows and that window. But Melissa and Patty had nothing to do with that. But they understood her frustration. So, I mean, apparently that's a crime.
So did the police showed up and trespassed them?
Yeah, the police showed up and told them they had to leave. They were getting a trespass citation, bars them from the property. What at the time it was all school property, Washougal School District property, for a year, which meant my daughter has 3 kids. You know, can't pick up, drop off, attend. You know, like the graduation's coming up or any of that stuff. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, and then
he's on the phone with somebody right now.
Yeah, and then they called. The newspaper got a hold of them. They didn't even try to reach out. I talked to Kelly Moyer over at the Post Record, and I said, "Did you guys even bother to like reach out to Melissa or Patty? They're on social media. It wouldn't have taken anything." No, they hadn't bothered to do that. She wished that Doug Flanagan, the writer of the article, had. She in fact wished she had been at the actual meeting. And considering what happened in Camas, you know, they probably should attend all the meetings if they want to accurately report the news.
Right.
Instead of, you know, going off what these, I'm trying to be polite, people,
cronies,
tried to say actually happened. Like, show me one video of my daughter or Patty with a chalk marker up on a windshield or on there. I'm pretty sure there's security cameras all over the place here. If they were actually guilty of that, they would not be backing down on this whole citation.
Well, they seem like a little worried in there, and it's usually a sign that they're up to no good.
Well, and this is the thing: if opposition to your agenda is considered intimidation, then you must not have a very secure conviction in your.
It's not a very fair school board.
No.
Yeah. Well, thank you for explaining that.
We'll see what happens, but I'm so ticked off I can't even see straight.
Yeah, I bet.
And I'm the one that has to do all the extras.
We've been battling this for a year of this garbage now.
Well, I have been encouraging my daughter from the beginning to just pull them out.
Yeah.
When things go back to normal, then put them back in school. But until then, don't. It's been such a yo-yo thing, and the teachers they care so little about the actual mental health of the kids, because if you think about it, what they're trying to do, which by the way, the crazy thing about this whole Bright Mornings that provides the curriculum for this critical race theory mandate, equity and whatever, it's run by a white woman out of Oakland, California. It's not like the King Foundation, which deals with issues of discrimination, and it's the black community telling you
it's the white liberal agenda.
But you're telling me that I'm bad because I'm white, but the woman writing all these books is apparently okay. And shouldn't we be funneling our money back into the black community whenever we get the chance? Just because there is, stuff that goes on that shouldn't be happening, But no, they don't want to hear any of that.
So they're trying to teach that here, the critical race theory
stuff. There's a wheel they gave out. And if you're white, you're the least marginalized person. I was homeless as a child, living in the Bogachiel State Park. I never got privilege. I'm still looking for it.
Yeah.
We've just worked our butts off and tried to be good people, and that's it, And that's all Melissa's trying to do, is to make sure that we do not derail our American values.
Are they? So is that what the school board meeting is about? Is they're trying to enact this lady to be able to practice her
second approval meeting to get the mandate forward, which actually was put forward by Inslee. So
that's wild that there's liberal policies coming out this far into the suburbs. This isn't even the suburbs. This is the countryside.
If it's here, it's everywhere.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. We're 45. We're an hour outside of Portland. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's wild to me.
It's the whole new woke agenda, though.
Mm-hmm. So, I seen when we first pulled up, there was that group of kids that came in here. There's 2 or 3 of them that had their masks on, jogging in the rain. Yep. Yeah, that's just wild.
I saw that.
That's absolutely insane.
Well, what about the kids that pass out when they're trying to do this stuff outside? It's like there's health and safety issues with regard to that, too.
It's absolutely insane.
There was a girl in high school that told her teacher she wasn't feeling good and couldn't catch her breath and asked if she could take her mask off so that She was found like unconscious, not breathing, no pulse, no nothing. They had to perform CPR on her.
Well, and let's be honest, one of the things my son's
So this is the Washougal School District Administrative Offices that we're out in front of.
their lips turn blue. Well, if you have a mask on,
I see that
how
the
the heck are you ever gonna see someone
banner
else's
that
face?
I made
You know, they'll be on the ground before you know it.
is
you
not
know?
popping up, but the time and everything
But
is.
yeah,
That's
this whole
cool.
thing is just, what pisses me off more than this is that sex ed bullshit.
Oh, and the one like
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You've got to be kidding me. This is just one of the many things that they're trying to do that is going to.
So it's a little off working on
if they
overlays and whatnot, but
don't, you know, it's gotta get.
apologize.
There is an agenda for sure. Yeah, some sick mofos out there.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna get off here.
Yep, tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So be out here with our bells.
So I'll be out here when we're talking about at 5 o'clock as well.
Times. It's always a good time.
there was this guy that was when we were first walking.
Joey out here.
If anything happens, right now she's down in here, I'll go back live. If not, have a good day.
So trying to enact liberal policies out here and people speak up against it and get trespass thrown out of meetings apparently. It's basically what happened here. We will be back tomorrow. This isn't going to be a huge thing obviously. I just thought it was important that people understand like this is, you guys, we're an hour outside of Portland right now. Oh, is that her? That's her. Look at, she's. Crazy. Lady wouldn't even come out and talk to us. She runs out the back in her car. That's crazy. Wow. Okay, well, that's it. She didn't want to come out and talk. She instead drove away, as you saw, and was filming. Clearly, we're going to have to be back here tomorrow and keep holding people accountable. That's going to be it, guys. It's a short little thing here. It took me a second to set up my stream and whatnot, so yeah, we're out of here. That's going to be it. We will be back tomorrow. I'll be looking for some stuff. Yeah, and sorry for the scrolling text. There's meant to be a overlay that sits with it, but it's not working, and I'm going to have to adjust it and whatnot. But love you guys. Thank you for your continued support. Also, thank you, Menudo, for that $50 donation on PayPal earlier today. Appreciate it. Really appreciate you guys. Seriously, I wouldn't be able to do it without you. Thank you so much. And BEL signing out, baby.